What's up, guys? David from 12 Volt Technologies here again. Today we're bringing you along on another audio upgrade. We're upgrading the old Shaker 500 system in this 05 Mustang by replacing the full range speakers with the Alpine S-Series, adding a compact downfire 10-inch subwoofer from kicker to the trunk, and an Alpine 5-channel amp to power the new drivers.
Beautiful. Okay, so we got a radio in the dash. Yep, he gave us a handful more screws just in case we need them. But we're gonna make sure everything's working. Let's see, we're in park.
So we're not doing these, right? No.
Just these and the rear ones. But I want to give this a listen.
We're just going to take the opportunity to run through the vehicle and set a baseline for ourselves so we know where we're starting.
Seem like they're working. Cool. This definitely has fresh paint on it. Yeah, so be careful with the paint because it's definitely been repainted. Yeah, door panelage on these. So you got 2 screws on the side, hidden panel back here. This whole panel pulls straight out towards you, I believe. And then inside of here, there's a hidden panel with some screws in it. But it's all 7 mils and 8 mils. Just be gentle, you know, she's an old Ford. Looks like there's 7 mils. I brought a 7 mil bit in your bag for you.
At this point, we jump right into taking the door panel apart, getting the factory speakers out to get the new Alpines tossed in.
So this cover inside of the door pull has a pressure clip at the top and the bottom. The one that's not, yeah.
You can see the peeling upholstery here can be a little bit of a challenge to work around. It actually fights us pretty hard in getting the power window switches out of the vehicle.
Whole window switch comes out towards us.
Should I be taking that off?
Oh, there's one over here too. Ooh. Oh, and up there. This must be a slightly different than I'm thinking of.
Now that we've gotten all the fasteners out of the door, the only thing keeping the door panel on the car is this door handle release cable.
There she is.
We can unplug the Shaker 500 door sub and pull this whole thing away.
So these doors hook in at the bottom. So once you get all the screws all the way out, you lift it up. You also got to pull that window switch off. So this guy pulls straight out towards you. Perfect. And then there's one more at the bottom. Perfect. And then undo that clip. Yep. And then you got one more 7 mil. Yeah. Yeah, no, you're good. You just got to come out towards you. Perfect. Okay, so now you got to undo this. I'm going to close the door a little bit to slide back on this side. Thank you, sir. So this has 2 little teeth on it. So what I like to do is kind of rotate them.
And then pinch?
Yeah, and then get in there with needle nose. There we go. And then this is for the woofer over here. There you go. Freedom. Yep, pull that speaker. So this is, looks like another Torx fastener.
Now that we've pulled the last couple screws out of that speaker, we can get started on the prep for the new Alpines. These Alpine S-Series speakers fit right in the door and sound way better than the factory speaker.
Here.
So foam tape on the bottom, and then hook them up and drill them back in. Cool.
Plug into the factory wiring and plug into the speaker.
Alpine includes some foam tape here. They want you to mount this to the face of the speaker to help couple the speaker to the door panel. This open cell foam doesn't like to stick very well and can droop down in front of the speaker. So I like to use it as a gasket material in these.
Which one?
Either the lower one or the upper one. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It just changes where the wiring goes because they're, you know, the same shape. You can also bend it straight up towards, you know, the front of the speaker. Plenty of room for that.
You just saw me bend that lower tab up. These are a 5x7 and 6x8 style speaker. The only difference is the mounting screw locations.
Beautiful. Yeah, so my door is basically done. The only thing tricky here is to remember that everything that you unplugged. And you gotta make sure you fish that window switch back out. The other thing that you can do over here to make this door go together a little bit easier is if you twist this plastic thing, it's threaded, and it'll go through that hole a little bit easier because it won't be as tall. Twist it left or like a nut, and then it'll come out. No.
And just like that, we're on to door reassembly.
And these 7 mils are all just going into plastic, so you want to be gentle with them.
And just like that, we're on to the rear speakers. We've already taken the seat back out, the side panels, and the door sills. We've prepped the Alpine speakers and getting them set in place.
There she is. Okay, now I'm gonna get those screws put in.
The clearance for these screws is really tight up here. You have to have a specialty angle driver to actually get them in and out. You also have to be really careful not to contact the tint. The tint's on the inside of the glass back here, so any metal to tint contact can create a chip.
And then this guy just flips in the groove. You got to be careful of these little guys.
Get the.
Yeah, we don't want to hit the hooks, right? Because there's these like tie down points in here. And then, yep, gotta just zip in the seat belt and then seat that back, put that guy down, and then Christmas trees.
And then the big ones go in the other part.
Yep, and the side panels. And we're gonna keep those out until we're done with the amp, because the amp's gonna go back here.
True.
So we're gonna be routing wiring kind of all in that space.
Oh, that's gonna make it super bitchin' easy.
Yep. Cool. Yep. Okay. Yep. So he's gotta go like way up there. See what I'm doing to make sure that it clears? Because if you put it too high up, you got problems. If you put it too low, you got problems. The power wire has to come out this way. And I would much rather have the power wire the other way around, but then the Alpine logo's upside down. Give myself a little bit more breathing.
Is there anywhere else we could put it?
Not really.
Now that we've found a home for the amplifier, we got to start working on our wire routing. That means we got to get the radio out of the dash so that we can route the new speaker wire and audio signals from it back to the amp.
Those two Phillips. We're missing screws. This whole panel comes straight out towards you. Yep.
Right there, right? And
yep.
Just these 4?
Yep. It's supposed to be 6, but yeah. Plug that before it becomes a problem. This whole panel comes towards us and down. And then inside of here, you'll see the wiring for the climate controls.
For the what controls?
The climate controls.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and there's probably a ton of spaghetti back in there. So getting that out is kind of a nightmare. And it feels like this one is definitely broken. Yeah, so that one's gonna have like a big chonker of a clip on it. Yep. Perfect.
I did it.
And then up here we have an airbag light, so be aware of that. Yay! I'm gonna leave that down here.
You got what you got.
Okay, so now we can see what's going on inside of here. We got a whole pack harness in here.
Now that we've gotten the radio out of the dash, we can do some investigation as to what the last guy did, build a game plan, and figure out our wire routing for the new setup.
Okay, so now that we got some freedom for that guy, we need arses, we need power wire, we need speaker wire up to there. Okay, let's devise a game plan for the power wire. Perfect, yep. Okay, so power wire is gonna come up over here. Speaker wire is gonna go up the passenger side, so we can kind of be working in tandem. RCAs are gonna go up with the speaker wire. I'm gonna run the speaker wire, you're gonna run the power wire. My side's gonna have the most complication because I'm also gonna be doing the backup camera.
Okay. So power wire from that side.
Yeah. Up in here.
Here. The engine to that?
That's where it's going to go, but we're just gonna get it to that kick panel for now.
After we arrived, the client asked us if we could add this backup camera into the mix too, since we were going to have the radio apart and most of the interior. We just did our normal thing back here, added a little bit of protective tapes, routed it along the factory stuff, threw a rubber grommet back into the cabin.
If you tighten these screws down too tight once, you are in trouble. They screw into plastic. They literally screw into just the bumper. There's no threads, there's no retaining bits. It's literally just the bumper.
Now we're just showing off our wire runs a little bit. You can see that power wire all loomed up and pretty, routed along with the factory stuff. On this side, we've got our speed wire for the amp, plus some RCA cables, loomed along the factory stuff and routed forward.
Okay. yeah, we got a nice little umbilical here.
Now that we got all that back into the dash, we can get the vehicle back together and give it a quick test.
Nice work.
So just
Two more.
two more.
Yeah, we're done. I'm very confident.
I thought you were David. All right. Now screen.
Dash bezel.
Didn't there used to be wild camels in North America?
Are you confident in that? I'm just saying, you're gonna unleash the masses, man, if you're not right about this stuff.
Right now?
Oh yeah.
Go ahead and drop a camel emoji into the comment section if you guys are still following along.
Just give me a second here. This guy goes down that way. This guy goes up that way. And then this whole assembly kind of rotates it back. We hook the tops. And then before we get too far, we gotta seat these guys. Any luck over there?
It's good. It's good. Well,
I think that's where it came
that
from.
was the one that was missing, was on yours. I guess I'll take it all.
You can see we're passing over our power wire run out through the hood, real neat and tidy along the firewall to our fuse holder and across over to the positive post of the battery. There's the new amp mounted to the seat back. And the new 10-inch kicker sub on the floor in the trunk. If you guys like what we're doing here, go ahead and give me a thumbs up and subscribe for more content like this.